one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everyone. Welcome.
Morning.
Start by calling the roll. Mr. Legata.
Here.
Mr. Bates.
Here.
Mr. Stein.
Here.
Mr. Verena.
Here.
And Ms. Carnabucci.
Here.
Morning, everyone. I do want to welcome the newest appointees to the Board of Park Commissioners, Mr. Stein and Mr. Legata. And if either of you want to address the public and say a few words, or if not. But welcome.
Thank you. Only thing I have to say is I'm glad to be here. And I think we have a wonderful park system. All should support it.
Thank you. Mr. Stein.
Yeah, I'm just happy it's out of the way, so.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We want to thank Mr. Preston and Mr. Innocenti for their service on the park board. With that, we'll jump right into business. The approval of agenda and addendum items. Prior to entertaining a motion, I would like to propose that we move commissioners' times and executive session to just after the election of board of officers. Entertain a motion. Okay, thank you. Motion. Thank you. Any discussion, any questions? Now we'll call the vote. Mr. Stein,
Yes.
Mr. Bates,
Yes.
Ms. Carnabucci,
Yes.
Mr. Legata,
Here.
and Mr. Verena.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is the election of the Board of Officers. To start by entertaining a motion to appoint the 2023 President of the Parks Board.
I'd like to make a motion for Howard Bates, and President. He's done a great job last year.
Right? Thank you, Ray. We have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Look at it.
All right, thank you. All right, with that, we'll call the vote for Howard Bates for President of the Park Board. Mr. Verena,
Yes.
Ms. Carnabucci,
Yes.
Mr. Stein,
Yes.
Mr. Bates,
Yes.
and Mr. Legata.
Yes.
All right, with that, I will entertain a motion for the appointment of Vice President of the Board of Park Commissioners.
I'd like to vote for Reno.
Thank you.
Second.
Nomination is second for Mr. Verena. Go ahead and call the vote. Ms. Carnabucci,
Yes.
Mr. Bates,
Yes.
Mr. Stein,
Yes.
Mr. Legata,
Here.
and Mr. Verena.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. With that, we'll jump into Commissioner's time. I'd like to start with a few accomplishments from the month of December. So, we have a few pictures to show you. We will start with some highlights from our Naturalist Department. And in the month of December, our Park Naturalist Department hosted 57 programs, serving 1,721 of our residents. Among these was our popular winter solstice celebration. And that's what you're seeing pictures of right now on the screen. Winter solstice, as many of you know, is the shortest day of the year on December 21st. So some of the traditions historically that surrounded the solstice, and we had a great turnout. We had music, crafts indoors, outdoor skits, refreshments, and self-guided candlelit walks through the woods. And 600 people attended on that evening for winter solstice. So, great program. On the administrative side of things, we had time to look at some 2022 numbers and crunch some numbers. Jogga Park District hosted 3,472 facilities and 1,239 camping reservations in 2022. 120,000 park visitors attended an event or gathering that was hosted at one of our facilities. So, congratulations, staff, on those numbers. I want to mention that we received from the state of Ohio, Keith Faber, Ohio Auditor of State, an outstanding achievement in open and transparent government. We received a 3-star rating, a little certificate, and all. The highest you can receive is a 4-star rating, so congratulations to our staff who fulfill our audit requirements and working with our state auditor to receive that 3-star rating. The other item for commissioners, and it is in your board packet, is we are proposing a name for our Brady property. You'll see a little bit more about that. Past boards have been presented with our plan for making the Brady debris property in Troy Township accessible to the public. And when we get in the habit of calling these things, they're the former owner's name for a number of years, we are proposing Troy Wetlands for the name of the debris property. So if there are any objections, we'll move that forward. So that was a combination being evaluated by our naturalists, our chief naturalist, our naturalist staff, our planning staff. So we're proposing Troy Wetlands, unless there are any objections to that. All right. Anything else for commissioners? Order reading. And I want to turn it over to Paul Pira quickly to speak to a reforestation project that we did at Veterans Legacy Woods with a strong collaboration from Nestle for Solon Isles. Paul, introduce our guest.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me over the years to work with lots of different kinds of organizations and corporations, things that love to bring volunteers out to the Park District. And this morning, it is my pleasure to welcome Mika Moore from Nestle. She helped organize with another national organization, international organization called One Tree Planted. We got together in the late summer, started talking about where folks could come and help the Park District, and I said, well, we've got a great reforestation tree planting effort at our newest park, Veterans Legacy Woods. And they were kind enough to donate a bunch of money for the Park District for providing trees to us and all the protective material, the fencing, everything, to keep the deer from munching on our newly planted trees. And she brought out, I think about 50 volunteers or so, 50 workers from Nestle came out for a whole day. And we had a good time. It was in early November. We lucked out. We had beautiful weather for the day. And I just wanted to recognize Nestle and say thank you to them and hope to do more of these nice events. So I think, John, you might have something for a word.
Just want to recognize you with a certificate of appreciation presented to Nestle USA. Which had a donation of $5,300, 135 trees, but more importantly, that sweat equity and part of the wellness team and planting those trees. So we definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right.
Yeah, no, it was a great day in early November, a very foggy day, but like Paul said, we actually had two groups of Nestle folks, around 45 to 50 people, and it was a great, experience. Not only did Paul's team support the initiative, but also they taught these volunteers how to plant trees properly, and like he said, we put fencing around to protect it from the wildlife, so really great experience, so hope to do more of it in the future.
Well, thank you. Let's do it. Personnel matters, to consider the employment and compensation of public employees, and for the purchase of property. Entertain a motion.
Make a motion.
Thank you. Call the vote. Mr. Bates?
Yes.
Mr. Lagata?
Yes.
Mr. Stein?
Yes.
Mr. Guarino?
Yes.
And Ms. Carnavucci?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. All right, folks,